Please be aware that the podcast you are about to listen to is intended for mature audiences. It takes on topics such as mental illness, violence, abandonment, trauma, and in general, the end of the world as we know it. Please take care of yourself as you continue to enjoy our episodes. Take breaks as you need to.
Welcome to our discussion episode. This episode is going to be covering day 1, time slot 4, and day 2, time slots 1 and 2. So, how is everyone feeling?
I'm bugging over this situation right now. Like for the first involvement in the seal, for all people to be like one of the family members that like Aya had completely assumed was gone and just like living this other life. And maybe that might have been the case before whatever happened, but like now what? Like this whole fixation on family like kind of comes crashing down after after having to literally attack this, her own brother.
Yeah. Before we get too deep into the lore and into the ramifications of it, Jaye, Kiana, how are you both feeling? Because that was a really heavy set of episodes.
Yeah, not the best, to be honest, but I don't know how to articulate what I mean.
Okay. Very valid.
Yeah, I feel very alert. Like I feel very on alert. I noticed like in my body as we were going through it. I was like, "Oh, I'm really awake right now." Cuz I think we were all saying we started off a little bit tired, but like I definitely felt myself like up as we started to get deeper into it.
Yeah, that jolt of adrenaline.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's go into, so you've had, this is the first time we've done uh combat. You all went the fight 'em, fuck 'em up route. What I mean, so there's some alertness, there's some obvious, keying up. So if everyone wants to
Mm-hmm.
just pause and take a breath real fast. I know people can't see us, but I think we can all agree that it was a little intense. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know that even knowing what you all were going to find at the beach, I didn't know how you would go about it. I don't know that I expected you all to immediately try and slash him to ribbons.
Yeah, about that. In the moment I was just like, this is our plan. um yeah, definitely was like a stressful occasion. Realizing who it was, like literally from the moment it became clear who that was. It like it just froze me in my tracks for most of it. And like I think even when you go back and like listen to it, it's just like, what do I do, what do I do? um and for the other two people in the party, it was really cut and dry. I was like, we gotta, we gotta kill this dude. Like we gotta off this guy. We gotta get the seal. We gotta get the hell out of here. And AI's just like, and I don't mean this mildly, but like as a character, AI was like triggered as hell.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, I feel like it was really easy, and I think that also speaks to just like obviously, right, being in character. Like it's like, oh, I'm the demon, I attack, right? Like it's very scripted in that way, in my mind at least, right? That's the like,
Okay.
I guess I don't know, stereotype of a demon.
Yeah.
But also just yeah, it does feel like hard to figure out what other options you have when you're dealing with something that's like evil, quote unquote, right? Especially again as a demon, I'm not gonna like try and talk it down.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like almost like attack is like we have no other option.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that also goes to like so frequently, like people go into fix it mode so often, especially when they're faced with someone like who's upset, who's dealing with a lot of things. And so everybody's like, have you done this? What about this? Just do this. Hey, have you tried this?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that this is a good simulation for I mean like I think this like really embodies the like Imani and Saphira were like, let's go. And A is like, wait, what?
Which is kind of a role reversal from the first session, because of the fact that in the beginning of all of this, AI's like, I don't have time for this. I gotta go to work. I got shit to do. So hurried. But then in the moment of what was clarity for everyone else, it was so foggy and like muggy for her.
Yeah.
Sure.
And how quickly that happened, right? Of like well, it's work. I have to go to work versus the oh shit, wait, this person that I just wrote off as an asshole is standing here in front of me.
There's some things that AI still knows how to stop for. But there aren't too many, and it doesn't seem like too many of them come from good spots at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's all about connection, right? Obviously, right? Like we have no relationship with this person, Amani and Saphira.
Right.
So it's so easy to just like see them only as a villain versus Aya, who obviously sees, okay, yeah, there's this evil smirk, there's this, wariness, there's this, whatever attack that this person is bringing upon other folks, but to her, it's like, but there's still a human there, right? There's still some
Right.
humanity because of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving backwards in the episode sequences because we cut up the episodes, and so going back though to I'm wondering how Imani felt when the car trouble started.
Pissed, as usual.
Did any I just because I'm curious as a GM, did anyone catch that was supernatural?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely did too. Oh, yeah, I definitely caught it.
I mean, I presume that it was something otherworldly that did it. Of course.
Like it had to have been, right?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
All of a sudden there's a leak in like a very, very specific part of this car that was running up until this point basically fine. Like, it was, I assume, getting Imani back and forth to work with no issues.
Yeah, I think I have like a mechanical skill of some kind, so I would imagine that she probably takes very good care of her car and keeps a very close eye on stuff, especially something as simple as coolant.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, like, that's one thing that I wanted to work on for this session, because, like, it's supposed to be an uphill battle, but I don't want you all to be like, screw this game and this is hopeless necessarily. Like, hopelessness is fine. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's part of that. I mean, like, it's part of what we're playing with.
The existence. Yeah.
But I didn't want to give you something, especially first session, when we're like, oh crap, like, your job doesn't actually play to your strengths as like a character on the sheet, right? And so I didn't want to give you something that you had no hope of figuring out. And you know, I have these, you know, daily sabotage actions that I'm allowed to enact for, you know, what's for the seal that you're going after. And I was like, okay, so there's some mechanical stuff. So this is Imani's time to both be frustrated and to shine. Let's and it'll slow you down, which is the purpose. So let's fuck with the car, because I don't know who else here owns a car, but there's little else more frustrating than car trouble on a road trip.
Well, and it was wild how, like, the character designations either made you really helpful or useless.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, it was like, I don't have any skills that are helpful to Imani in that moment. And, like, Saphira couldn't even get close. So,
I mean,
we were really stuck in that situation by nature of our very beings.
Yeah.
We just had to trust that Imani would figure it out, or we'd figure it out all together.
Right.
Which is one thing that I personally love about tabletop games, is like, that's the point, right? Is like the ability to have different people with different skill sets and to be able to be interconnected and like collectivist is nice.
Yeah. And in this one, you literally need it to get through the game. Like, you just, like, you can't all be the same character to get through this game.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
God, no. I mean, because we talked about this, and so one thing that folks who are real, like, if you're a real stickler for continuity and stuff, like, Jaye, like, Imani's character sheet changed after session 1, because I was like, no one here has a cult. This is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was because I presumed that other people would take occult points, and I could be like the practical, like, oh, like, demons, like, you can shoot demons, right? So I'll just do that. That kind of character.
Right.
Well, but then in first session, it was like, oh yeah, I have a demon.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
You asked, and I was like, am I supposed to say no? Am I supposed to be like, no, I don't have a demon? So I would just, like, went along with it. So
yeah, no, I mean, yes, anding it is great, and I didn't want to give away your demon's name yet, which is why we went with the common, like, the English translation of the name. But yeah, no, that also made it easier for me to be like, okay, so God damn it, who's Saphira gonna go talk to? And it's like, haha, I have someone.
Yeah. Yeah. So it helped in the long run that I just kind of made a spur of the moment choice. So.
Oh, absolutely. And
Definitely.
it means now you have a cult. And
Yeah.
you have the bookworm trait.
Yeah.
Oh, which is gonna make learning the occult a little easier.
Yeah.
So when you all actually do research next time before you go half cocked into a seal, it might be easier.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, about that.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the only thing I could think to do.
It's not a bad thing. We're all learning this game, right?
Yeah.
But I absolutely I one thing I will say is I encourage you all to work together. I encourage you all to like start an email or a text thread that doesn't include the DM in it. So that you can plan.
Okay.
Oh.
Because this was our starter level. It's going to get harder.
Gets harder from here.
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This seal, there was no greater demon. You were fighting a possessed person, which means that like the demon has to spend power to maintain the possession, and so any damage eats away at the length that they can continue possessing this person. So like they still get to use their powers, their demonic powers, but it's detrimental to both the person and the demon. Each round that they stay in this body. And so yeah, it gets way worse.
All right, team.
Right. We definitely have to start planning some stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Damn.
Which that goes to so many things. One thing I do want to point out, I don't want to say too much, but I do want to talk about Saphira's like place in this party, because the thing that happened, above board, I mean, we saw Saphira sell Imani down the river immediately. And kind of what, like, that and the allegory to it, like mental health wise, we're like, not all, like, there's a lot of like symptoms that are like symptoms, or like we get mad at our anger, or we get mad at our sadness, but like it's doing something, like these emotions, these symptoms, these things that we react really poorly to and start fighting and hating ourselves about, like, we're useful in some way, or they do something for us, even if it's no longer what we wanted to do, or even if it's not what we thought it would. And I feel like that is Saphira.
You mean like a coping mechanism essentially that's like no longer useful or helping? Yeah.
Except for she's still like, Saphira is the coping mechanism that is still helping in some ways. Right?
Right.
Saphira got rid of that demon. Imani was running away.
Very true.
Aya was flat on her face.
Out of breath.
Yeah, breath knocked out of her, flat on her face in the sand. Like, of the damage done, all but one was Saphira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That demon would not have gotten only one turn if it was just Aya and Imani, because mortal weapons can't do more than, like, unless they're imbued with power, they can't do more than one damage to a demon.
Yeah.
So, like,
oh jeez,
completely.
But at the same time, like, you agreed to give access to Amani, to the demon she's worked so hard to avoid and to get rid of.
I know, right? Like, it's in ways that we, like, just thinking mental health wise, like, sometimes our ways of coping betray us, right? But then in the moments of crisis, they, like, show up and they work and they're helpful, and even if they're, not maybe our best selves, right? Reacting just with anger and attack, but it helped. But also, yeah, totally betrayed Imani pretty quickly. I feel like I didn't put up a fight.
Yeah. But at the same time, why would you?
Right.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right.
You don't know Amani, so why does anything matter to you?
I mean, and literally you began this whole thing with trying to get under my skin as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Right.
So it tracks for you.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
As a character.
Totally tracks.
Like, it tracks for you.
It's like, I don't know this person. And even
But
if I do.
Yeah, but also, like, you would have been at risk if you didn't take care of the demon, too.
Yeah. That's true.
So, realistically, it also could just be seen as, like, a sense of self-preservation, because even though, like, you're technically, like, connected to this party in either way. So, if you weren't doing anything about the demon, it would have affected you, even in the sense of, like you don't tag along with us, and like we get killed, and then you still have to deal with all the like archdemon BS, because you're not getting anywhere with that, even if you do get, like, the world does end and you get everything changes, but I mean you're there's probably be in the exact same position, so you don't get anything out of it either way. So and then you tagging along with us, like, if you don't take care of the demon, you're dead. Like, so it's a no-win situation. So you might as well just try and get the wins when you can.
Do whatever we can, right? Do whatever I can. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to. I don't know. Looking forward might be the wrong thing to say, but I'm very. I'm so bad. I am very interested to see how you all now handle the body of this very human man that is now here bleeding out.
As the sun goes up over the beach, not down.
As the sun is high in the middle of the sky.
Yep.
We're two because
spots.
So it would have only taken you one to get here and to do and the fight was relatively fast, but the car trouble messed you up. So you completed 2 time slots for this, and now you have to figure out how to get home.
Oh, right.
Because your car
with this body
after burying a dead body. Right.
We have a shovel. I don't know.
Also because
that's not what that's for.
Also because technically, I will tell you right now, you have not gotten the seal yet.
Yeah, that felt really clear.
Yeah. There's no way.
I felt disappointed.
You've cleared the path. I'm not going to throw any more demons or anything at you.
Okay.
But you don't. I mean, you don't have that necklace.
Damn.
Wink, wink.
Still, yep. Still don't have what we came for.
So, yeah, it's up to you whether you go straight for the necklace or whether you try and save Jamal, because he's not dead yet.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to see how you all handle that and what ensues as we wrap back around, because we will be starting off with Aya's turn.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah.
All right, then.
But let's go ahead and go through if if you're doing anything cool that you want to let people know about, um, anywhere that people can find you, if you want them to. Otherwise, just your name and your character, and we'll wrap it up for today. So we'll go in reverse order. Let's start with our demon.
Cool. So Kiana, they, them, and I'm playing Saphira. And if you're seeking services, counseling service, you can certainly reach out at kianadcounseling@gmail.com. I am pretty full right now, but spots can open up really at any time. So it's CUYANAD counseling@gmail.com.
Yep, and we'll put it in the session, the show notes for this
Cool.
debrief.
Cool.
Or actually, probably for all of the sessions. All right. Jaye.
Hi, I'm Jay. I play Amani. I don't wish to be found, so that's all.
Very valid. Vita.
Yo, it's Vita. If you go on my IG, it's Vitae, VITAE, 1989, 2015. That is Vitae 19892015. I just got out of the studio last week, recording some music. So stay posted for that. And if you follow my IG, I just got back into training again for my first powerlifting competition. So if you're into that sort of thing, you'll get some info there.
Awesome. And I'm your wicked GM playing for all your demonic needs. You can find me at Woke Mental Wellness. We're on Patreon. The podcast is now on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, Stitcher, and iHeartMedia. We continue to also upload to YouTube. If you want to support us, currently the best way to do that is through Patreon. We upload episodes early, a day early on Fridays, on our Patreon, and if we have the support, we might start putting out patron only bonus episodes of things. Maybe some more movie rants, or maybe some rants about some other things. And we're also on Twitter at Mental Woke. I'm on Instagram. You can find me at Intersections LLC on Instagram and Facebook. Also, Woke Mental Wellness also has a Facebook page. My caseload is currently full, as is my waitlist. So at the moment, I'm not taking any more people for my waitlist. But if you're interested in other professional services like consulting or speaking gigs. So thank you everyone for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, join our Patreon. We have for patrons, we also have a Discord. We're trying to build a community. Come join, be wonderful. Join us, beautiful Black queer folks. Everyone's welcome. But that's who we are. So thank you for listening to Woke Mental Wellness presents Windy City Demons, a 12 Inner Demons actual play and mental health podcast. Until next time,